What up, sweet gang? It's your girl Rochelle in the building, coming to you with another live video. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, letting me know and letting you know that your girl is on and we're here to give you life. If you are ready to get started with this wonderful Father's Day treat, we're going to get right into the video. Going over the supplies. I just want to position you in a way that you all can see really good here with the details that I will be doing in this video. This is a live recorded video. For those that will be rewatching this video, I welcome you. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment in the comment section below, letting me know and you know that your girl is on to give you life. All right? I will do a Q&A in this video when I open up the floor or towards the end. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a simple treat, chocolate covered Oreo, and it's a Adidas theme using some of the tools that I have here before you. I have a little scribe tool here that I use to make the little shoes, which I'm going to show you how I made the little shoes. And I have a mold for the chain that you see here. And also a mold for the Adidas print, which is several little things on here that you can use and create some things. My little scraper, my Oreo cavity, parchment paper, and my chocolate, MERCKENS chocolate candy melts. And also I have two different colors that I'm going to use. One I'm going to use and the other one I'm just going to explain to you. This is just an alternative if you cannot find the one for chocolate. All right. So let's get into it. Also, with the lettering that I have here is also used with the lettering mold that I will show you later on in the video. And also these items will be listed in the description box up under this video. So make sure after I'm done, give me a few minutes so that it can load up, and YouTube will post it and list it so that those links will be available for you for the items that I used in my video. All right. Simple is making the Oreo. Okay. So making the Oreo is simply using whatever chocolate of choice. With this particular design, I use black, and also use white. And with the white, I use white MERCKENS as well. So when you do these different designs, you can change it up, especially if you're doing a dozen of Oreos. So this is a Oreo cavity, okay, that I'm going to put the chocolate in. And the chocolate that I'm going to be using is the MERCKENS, which I'm going to melt for 30 seconds. This is a black chocolate, and if you cannot get black, you can use a royal blue candy melt or dark chocolate. Mix the two together, and then you can add color to your chocolate to achieve this black Oreo that you see here. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is melt this for 30 seconds and show you the color technique on achieving the black. And if you do purchase black chocolate, you can see it's not a true black. And when you do melt it, it'll get down to like a dusty look. And that's what I'm going to show you, how to achieve this true black by using these colors that I have here. All right. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. I'm using, this is about a cup of uh, chocolate melts that I'm melting down. And the chocolate chameleon is a color brand that is only used for chocolate. At this time, it's only a particular store that sells this. I think it's a few that has some left, but I will leave the link in the description box so that you will be able to purchase this item. It's really good for chocolate. It's only used for chocolate, and it's called Chocolate Chameleon by Artisan Accents. So, in the case you cannot find this, you can always go to Amazon and order the Chef Masters Candy Color, and the candy color is for chocolate. You can color chocolate with the Chef Masters candy color. All right. So taking this out with my spoon here, I'm just going to mix up this chocolate. Just moving it around a little bit. And then I'm going to put it back in for another 20 seconds. Remember, when melting chocolate candy melts, you want to do it in small intervals so that you don't overheat your chocolate melts. I know I had a lot of people responding, oh, it's not real chocolate. If you listen to me explain, it's chocolate candy melts. No, it's not a real chocolate. It's a chocolate candy melt. Okay? It's a it's candy melts that's already tempered. Real chocolate has to be tempered. All right? So long as I know and you know and understand the difference, there is a difference when using these particular items. A lot of people use them. I don't think it's nothing wrong with using chocolate candy melts or chocolate colored candy melts, as long as you know how to melt and go follow the process and technique of achieving a smooth chocolate. All right. Now, because this is going to be in a cavity, and it's going to work, really well going into a cavity. It's different if you were dipping like apples or strawberries. You will have to let this chocolate sit before dipping strawberries and apples, because you don't want to get the elephant skin. So you want to let it cool down a little bit before you dip. But this chocolate chameleon brand coloring, you can apply the coloring right in, and I put a generous amount, okay, to bring it to a black color. You may not can tell, but it's turning black. Okay, and it's getting there. And you just work that in until you get your desired color. All right. The same for the Chef Master's candy color. All right. It's not going to change the consistency, and you can add in a few drops. Okay. Which that's more than a few drops. But however, it's not going to change the consistency of your chocolate or your candy melts. Okay, it can be colored with the chocolate, real chocolate, pure chocolate, or candy melts. long as the right product. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the consistency of melting. Okay, taking your cavity and your Oreo. What I normally do, I like to use a piping bag when filling my cavities because it's more easier. It makes it more cleaner. But you can just pour right in first a little bit to start off. Just enough to cover the base of your cavity mold. And if you see, it's just up just a little bit. But when putting in your Oreo, press just a little bit. If you press too hard, then you're going to see the print of the Oreo. Go ahead and coat the top. Give it a little shake. Okay, if you got a paper towel, your finger, and just clean off around the edges. And then you put this in your freezer for about 5 minutes. About 5 to 8 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. No longer than that. If it's in there longer than that, then you're risking for your Oreo to crack. All right? So, for the sake of the video, I have some already done. But once you put it in there, it sits in there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And you remove it, bring it out, flip it over, and you're good to go. And you have some nice black Oreos and some white Oreos. All right? That's the Oreo portion. All right? So, achieving the chain using Fat Daddy-O's fondant, the silicone mold, and a little bit of powder. Okay. You're going to just dab a little powder. I'm going to use the small one and not the big one. Okay, it's a nice little rope silicone chain that you can use. Roll up your fondant as so. You want to make a nice little rope size, you know, as you stretch it out. Okay, you can stretch out enough so that you can have enough to distribute over your Oreo. Okay, so taking your rolling pin and just roll right over. Got some black on my hands. Right over the cavity, and with the little scraper that you see here, it's gonna make magic. Lay it right along the silicone mold and just go right up under the fondant and just slide it all the way across, not digging into the cavity of the mold, and you will get your nice little chain here. All right, now you can also pop this in the freezer so it can be a little bit firm when taking it out, or you can use some Tylos. However you want to bend the chain, so you want it to be a little loose when you do take it out. So you flip it over, start at the top here, whichever side, and just gently pull it out as so. Once it's out, and you have your nice chain. All right, to color your chain, I use a highlighter dust, and vodka. This dust I got from Lavender Bake Shop. I will also leave the link in the description box. And I apply a generous amount. This is my little gold cup here. And it's really not, it don't matter how much you add, but if you add a lot of powder, add a little bit of vodka at a time to where it's somewhat thick but not all the way thick. Okay, you want it to be a little loose, and this right here is a little bit thick. So, and I'm gonna just show you what I have added. So if I was to add just that much in there, okay, and I have vodka in this bottle here. If you don't want to use vodka, you can also use lemon extract. But as I pour a little bit in at a time, okay, this is actually a lot in here. So if you get this paste, don't use it. You need a little bit more, okay? See how that's a little pasty? You don't want to use that. So then take your vodka or lemon extract, add a little bit more. So I said a little bit at a time. Okay, not ready. Add a little more. If you add too much, you're going to take away the brightness of the highlight. And because I had a lot in there, I'm going to add a little bit more. Okay. If it comes out like this, you can still add a little bit more vodka. Okay. That's still considered a little bit thick. You see, and when it dries up, you can just add more vodka to this. I'm going to add a little bit more because I know I have a lot in here. And so this is pretty good. I can use this, but it's no need for me to add gold to this anymore. Any more gold dust. So once it evaporates, I can come back with some vodka and add more to it to bring it to a liquid type substance so that I can use it for whatever project I'm working on. Okay. So if you choose to use a longer brush, you can do so. This is a little short brush. It's a Wilton's brush. And you just apply right over your chain. Just brush it right on. Now, of course, if you're doing this, this needs to be, you can place this on the rope on the Oreo in color, but you have to be careful. So you would use a small fine brush, but it's best to do it like this and then apply it. But remember, you're going to curve this to go onto your Oreo. That one had too much vodka at the end when I wasted it, so we're gonna move that over. And you have to let this sit to dry. Okay, so then once it's dried, then you just wrap it around your Oreo, a small piece, cut it in pieces. And what you do is just cut it in pieces like that, and you just pick it up, which this is going to be a little messy with doing so. And just lay it across your Oreo. Okay, I took a risk on doing that, but you want to let it completely dry. All right. And the same for your Adidas print. Same little cavity of a mold. Make sure that your fondant piece is rolled out good enough. Add the piece in there. Roll it out so the cavity can be totally full. Run your scraper right over. That's why I love this little thing. It does wonders. Make sure you don't have no chocolate or no gold on it. Thought I wiped it off. And like I said, you can pop this in the freezer. And I always rub my finger across to make sure I got a smooth surface. Flip it over and pull it back to roll it out. Okay? Put it on your parchment paper so you don't mess up your silicone mat. And once again, and see how that's a little loose there? Okay? But I still got a good high residual of gold. And just tap. You don't want to like flood it with so much gold. You know, you don't want to overdo it to where it's going to be so messy. But you definitely have to do these ahead of time so they can sit and get hard. All right? So they can dry up, be hard and firm. Okay, and I'm just going to do this just to show you. But I wouldn't do it while it was wet because you risk getting gold all over your Oreo. So you have to make sure you do it while it's dry. Okay. And that's how you create Adidas Oreo theme. All right. So that's how you make that. For the little shoe, I did a handmade shoe. It's not a mold, but you can get a mold of a shoe and create your own little print. Put my gloves on since it's going to be a white shoe. Taking your fondant, knead it really good. Okay. Now the shoe is a little small. And I'm going to use the back of, you can use a balling tool, but I'm going to use the back of this brush. Actually, I'm going to use the back of my Wilton's brush. But what I do is I ball it up, then I press the top. Okay? Then I press down and pull. As I'm running my finger towards the top, I'm running my finger down as a slant as I'm holding the side here. Almost gonna look like it's a little car. Okay? See that? Then taking a small balling tool, or I'm gonna use the back of this brush, the bottom of this brush, and just make a hole at the top and just begin to work open the shoe part, holding the top and working that back of the shoe here. You know, just going with my imagination and creating what a shoe would look like. Okay? All right. So that's my version of Adidas shoe. You know, my form of Adidas shoe. And taking the edge of this tool here, and I just actually made like crisscross shapes. All the way to the top. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I didn't color it in. Also, I used some edible art paint. This is edible art paint. It's black. And I'm going to put a little bit here and use my brush, a little fine brush. It's always good to have detailed brushes so that you can create certain pieces. Colors and go. I'll make sure my brush is clean. Okay, so just changing out my glove. Got a little gold on it. All right. So taking this piece. So what I want to actually create is the little lines that I created on the side of here. Uh-oh. And just applying just a little bit of your brush into that black. Have you some paper towel around to tap off a little bit. And with the tool first, I already got gold on this. I'm going to just make an imprint at the bottom. Just 3 little imprints, 2 at the front, 1 at the back. Okay, and that will be my guide of making 3 lines and going right up the shoe. Try not to shake. Okay. Then I just freestyle and just created the sign, the Adidas sign, in the form that I know what it looks like, and rocked it out that way. You want to try to be as neat as possible, and then did the lines up under it. And then of course I let that dry, and what I did was just paint it like the line of going around the shoe, and just somewhat colored the front here. You don't want to color the whole bottom of it. You just want to show one side of the shoe, which what I do. It's totally up to you how you want to create your shoe. And that's how I created my little Adidas shoe. And that's what it looked like. Okay. So this Adidas shoe can go on like your other Oreos. Um, here, and with this Adidas sign, you can color that gold and you can place it onto your Oreo. And when you work with the Oreos, make sure you have on cloth gloves so your Oreos won't melt in your hand. They are sensitive to heat and will melt. All right. And that is a treat for Father's Day. You know, who don't love Adidas? Um, I know my father did. Okay. All day I dream about success for me. All day I dream about success. You know, for the fellas, we already know what that mean when they came up with that. But all day I dream about success. How about that? All right. Now the floor is open for any questions. I open it up for a few minutes for some questions and go from there. The name of the gold is a highlighter dust. It's just a highlighter dust. It's not edible. It's a highlighter dust. It's just a highlighter gold dust. Get the focus. It won't focus. Yes, I use vodka for silver dust also. Thank you. Where did you get the mold? Um, the mold you can also get off of Amazon, but there's a link that I'm going to share that you can get to order the mold. Yes, Oreo. Well, that particular mold, I got from the shop here, but you can get those Oreo molds off of Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box. All right. 2 more questions and then I'm signing out. You're welcome. Someone from Chicago is actually orchestrating me to come there, so stay tuned for that. And that's the only way that I will be coming to another state. So just stay tuned for that. But the mold for the letters is this little mold here I had in the freezer. And it's how you get the little small bubble letters. Stanford. I will be. I'm coming to a shop there though, so I have to get the date together according to my schedule for Stanford. They were made with this mold right here. I will leave the link in the description box below. All right, it's been real. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. All right, let's get this video to 300 likes. Let's continue for your girl Ro to come and give you life for sure. Okay. All right. So it's been real. I truly appreciate for joining. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You won't regret that you did. And leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know how you enjoyed the video. And always remember, Ro coming to give you life. Thank you for joining in my live session video. And you already know it's your girl Ro.